back, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Sorry about that. I forgot to mute Reyes' little window. Hey, Mr. Sir Walshy, how you doing? Welcome in, YouTube. How's everybody doing? Been up for a little bit, messing around, debating if I should go live, because I'm having a bad day. As evidenced by the fact I'm up at, 2:30 in the morning on a Tuesday. Now 4:30. But I was messing around. I figured, you know what? We'll go live for a little bit before I bring the kid to work and see if I can't accomplish these last two dare drop dares I have to do. One of those is to, of course, still build the sand ramp to jump a water feature. And the other one is build a road under a bridge I've built. Now, building a bridge to put a road under means it needs to be up high enough to get the road under it. So we're gonna have to do some scouting. I hope I can do it in a place on this map. But I don't yet have access to concrete bridges on this map, so that is going to be a bit of a worry. I also found an oddness with this water plane. I back down the hill here. If you look at the vehicle, underneath the vehicle. Oops. Oops. Alright, anyways. Like I said, built that there ramp. So I guess it's time we see whether or not I can clear that gap with it, right? Then we'll go looking for a bridge. I think. Use the mobile, yes. So the mobile scalper purge is obviously a 140 meter wide radius that it will create a mobile sand pit. The only kicker is it has to be on a sand, a spot of sand. So if I try to activate this right now, let me move here. Back this out this gateway here. Now, as I try to activate this, you're going to see it needs to be placed on a sand surface to activate the quarry function. So you literally need to place it on a spot of sand. It's not a use anywhere deal. As a matter of fact, being even on the dirt over here like this, I don't think we'll activate it. It has to be a sandy spot. See? This needs to be placed on sand. So if you find a sandy location, like there's some sand over here on the side of this, I bet you if I drive up this sand here, nope, not sandy enough. It just has to be a small enough patch of, or big enough patch of sand to put the hopper over. I don't know as if there's really any spots around here to be able to try and activate this. Because that's not going to cut it. It has some distinct limitations in that regard, where it has to be on top of a sandy area. Being in range of a quarry doesn't cut it. So if I were to come up ahead here a little bit and get in range of the quarry, it's still not going to let me do it because I'm not over a sandy area. But if you have a spot, it will work. Oh, that one costs fuel to activate. Interesting. I wonder how... Oh, because they were in range of that one. I was doing a little bit of multiplayer yesterday with Reyes. So I built the bridge that was over here, or the dam. Someone was working on this road here. They never finished, but they were working on it. And today I'm just kind of messing around with some stuff. So yeah, I hope that answers the question, Purge. It, like I said, it just needs to be over a sandy space. Trying to think if there's any spots that might count that I can quickly bring it to. Not seeing any, unfortunately. Anyways, let's see if this little jumpy jump here. No, you can't put it down yourself. It has to be a existing sand patch. Ooh! Oh! Well, I kind of made it, but let's see if we can't get a little bit better run up to that. I was going a little slow. Yes, you have to find an area where it is already sandy. You can't put it down yourself, unfortunately. Obviously, a lot of these maps, it's hard to find areas of sand on the ground where you can activate that. Sojourn, of course, is half desert. That was a very easy place to do it. This map, not so much. It's very wooded. It's very overgrown. It might be of less use on a map like this one. Alright, here we go. Attempt number 2. Let's see. I gotta get that speed coming through here. Oh, dang it. Let's back it up, try it again. Yeah, this map looks like it's going to be very difficult to use, if at all. Now, you may be able to take it to some of these quarries that need to be activated. You know, like, this quarry, this sand pit, for example, isn't active. It would require me activating it. I can likely drive it there and activate it inside that quarry to not spend the fuel. But it's not going to have range of that other quarry. As a matter of fact, let's go test that. I think it's over here somewhere. Bet you it's gonna work right here. Yep. Think. The other thing I've seen too is it doesn't give you the quarry radius like the other vehicles do, so you don't know how far away it works until it won't fill. You don't get a chance to see, you know, like you get into this thing here, and it'll show you the secondary quarry radius around this vehicle. Yeah, not a problem, Perch. Alright. This is the fastest scout, so if I can hit this right, go through here, hopefully we'll be able to jump that little water spot. So close. I wonder if maybe I extend the sand a little bit in the other direction through that gate. If it will help. Yeah. Let's try to extend through the gate a little bit. No, it actually doesn't change the speed at all, Noob's Toy.
I got a job to do, and guess what's inside it?
What's going on, Grin Fox? Oh, I'm surviving as always. Ugh. Yeah, I'm going along at this speed, turn off the diff and stuff, and it doesn't actually affect your speed at all. But it does affect your ability to steer and stuff with this thing. No, no. Aha! One more night of on-call, you can play Roadcraft and enjoy yourself. Nice. Kind of making it, but I feel like I need just a little more speed, and this right here is really getting to me. I had a good amount of speed that last run when I slowed down too much trying to turn. Alright, and full throttle. Hey, I'm gonna count that as a win. I'm gonna count that as a win. I made it. Never said you had to land upright. Yep, that's the goal. I'm gonna count that as a win. I'm gonna count that as a win. There, I'm gonna mark that so I can turn the VOD in. Yep, because I had to do that dare drop, and I still have to build a road under a bridge I've built. And I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that currently on this map, because I don't have access to concrete. I don't know when I'm gonna get the concrete. And there's no real tall points to build under. Like the bridge with a road, or the bridge, and then build a road under. Sunken had a spot that I think I can build a road under a bridge I've built. Now, I don't think it says anything specifically about like it needing to be a like paved road or anything. Build a road under a bridge you built. on this map, we have a bridge we built over here. It's very tall up and looks like we could easily build a road under it. The only thing is the pylons underneath it. So they have all these support pylons. And I think I could very easily build a road under here through that little gap. The only thing is it goes right into the back of the steel plant. But I think this might be the map to do that challenge on. Because you've got areas like this here where you could easily try to build a road, a bridge, and then stick a road underneath it. You get these big, huge, like, gullies. I mean, obviously, this is a bridge we've built. Problem is, the road's going to go right into the back of the steel beam facility. That's one we've built, but that's obviously a river. That's going to be a bit of a nightmare. That bridge. Oh, where else can we make some bridges? We had to do that. That's not one of ours. I feel like this map offers the best opportunity to do this. The only other one that we've been on so far, Incommunicado didn't really have any places you could build under, per se. This map, of course, offers a lot more verticality to it. But maybe Sojourn? There's some places I could build a bridge and then a road under them. Sojourn might actually be the ticket. I have a thought. Let's check that one out. I have a thought on Sojourn as to where we can do that.
It's a nice change of pace to see a place that's not falling apart here. I guess even sinkholes know better than to open under supply depots. Or they like taller structures. Like that newly built radio tower that got swallowed by one. That's why they had to reactivate the old one, which we need to fix. But sometimes there's no fixing the old things. And it's better just to let it go. Let's hope that's not the case this time. Not many folk like cleaning up their own mess. Like these oil spills, and even fewer like cleaning up someone else's mess. So you have the right to grumble. But there's something to keep in mind. You're not cleaning up after someone. You're helping Mother Nature. I keep telling this to myself every night, and sometimes I even fall asleep. The magic of self-suggestion.
And we could build a road through here.
It always gets me when someone
Through
builds critical
here.
infrastructure and only has one power cable for it.
And then
It's like,
back up through
golly,
there.
we certainly can't splurge on a
Just sand
backup
it?
power cable that will cost us a few $100, can we? And then they eat millions in losses. Classic. Hey, feel like something different? I have a request from a bunch of scientists. Sounds like they're on the lookout for things to dig up. They want you to check out a few areas where some relics of the past could
That
be
might
hidden.
work.
Nothing wrong with helping out science for a quick change of pace, I guess. Gosh,
That might work.
doesn't this place look menacingly beautiful? Of course.
Of course, she's gonna spout off for the next 20 minutes that
It's dangerous and bad for the environment, but still.
yeah,
it
all
has
of the
this
stuff
certain
we've done on
magnetic
this map.
quality, like a slow-motion train crash. Doesn't this place look different from when you started? Seeing positive changes never gets old, even if I just sit here at my desk while you get all the fun parts.
Alright, we're gonna need a quarry.
I'm not sure that us borrowing
Clearly.
these motors was arranged with the owners beforehand. Still, we're only doing this to save the entire region, and they'll be properly compensated down the line. I'm almost sure. So it's a win-win for everyone involved. Plus, they're not using these at the moment anyway.
I love how she's like, well, they
Yes.
might be
These
compensated.
tanks
We
look
don't
intact
know.
and should fit right in when we deliver them to Sirocco. And if you're still worried about ownership, don't be. We're not stealing them. We're just borrowing them. And not even for ourselves, but for the good folk of Sirocco. Who'll owe us a big one, and they'll pick up the bill later. So put your guilty conscience to rest and get to work.
I hope I fit across this bridge.
Hey! Look at that pile of pipes! I wish we could somehow help the port get rid of them, just to
Kind
make
of.
the place clean and all. Definitely not in any way related to any recycling bonuses whatsoever. Nothing like an apocalyptic desert wasteland to get your imagination going, right? But don't get too carried away. You're there to get rid of the apocalyptic and wasteland parts, and maybe sign autographs for the grateful populace. But that's optional.
Okay, let's get our mobile scalper up into place. I'm gonna need a crane to be able to shuffle in the concrete slabs. We should have plenty in the facility already. I just gotta spit them out. And a lot of sand. Oh no, I finished it. But I have another dare drop to do, Purge, and that's to build a road under a bridge I've built. So I was trying to think about areas where I could have a tall bridge to be able to build a road under. And this so happens to fit that bill. I'm going to build a road under a bridge by the concrete plant. Because, you know, shits and giggles. Once I've got that done, then we'll get back over to Deluge. Oh, no. So, what ends up happening, at least in the case of this, because I loaded a multiplayer save, every time you load onto it, it kind of, she reiterates everything that you've done or were working on or what have you. I don't know if it's a multiplayer bug or what the case is, but she'll spout off all of the different missions as you come onto the map. It's kind of annoying, if I'm being honest. But, you know, is what it is. So I think I should be able to take this. There's a little sandy patch right over here. Not too far forward. Perfect. There's that. Now we just need a crane quick. Yeah, this was the multiplayer save. I haven't been back onto it in single player yet um, since we completed the map yesterday. So it's still it was still loading the multiplayer progress. Now, obviously, once I've done this and saved it, it probably will stop that. Um, Mumbling of hers, but this thing creaks and groans an awful lot. There's rumors of a patch coming this week too. Well, I say rumors. The Roadcraft devs Focus had put out a news article a few days ago saying that they wanted to have patch 1.5 out this week. Don't know the exact date, just that they wanted it out this week. I should have taken that road back there. My bad. Go around the long way. Ouch. Slabs required. Fourteen required. Add 15 in here. Perfect. Alright. I need to go get the kid up for school. I'll be back in just a minute, chat. There. Okay. Alright. Yeah, no, we're not gonna come in spouting political shit there, Ricky Bobby. Alright, 2 more. There we go. We now have that. Time to build a road under it. Alright, now up through the construction depot. We should be on the back side here in a minute of the plant. We're just going to dump a bunch of sand. I probably could have taken that route there, couldn't I? Well, too late now. I'm already this far. Where'd all the orange trees go? Let's see if we can get this road built in the next 2 hours. It's not fully activating. There it goes. Now I can refill. Easy peasy. Exactly, Grinwald. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Hey, MacGyver. Oh, I'm doing. I hope they do something about that. You've got all of these solid objects that we can bounce off of, but sand just goes right through. Like that building right there. The sand just washes right through the walls like it's not there. It very much is, but I have a mobile quarry site right here. This is providing me sand at will, you know, because it's magically delicious. I'm aiming for that one dead ahead. I'm hoping I can go straight through and then back up the other side, and thus I'll have made a road under a bridge I have built. And that will complete the last of my dare drops. We did the water jump about 20 minutes ago, or about a half hour ago. I really like this dumper for this reason. See, it's so much magic sand, MacGyver, it will even merge through rocks and buildings. Alright, now that I've gotten through here... Oh, love. Now we can kind of go down a little bit. We can let ourselves ramp down a little more. Ow! That really stinking hurt, chat.
If it hurt, why'd you do it?
What?
If it hurt, why'd you do it?
I can't help myself. I have to turn my neck from side to side every now and then. Honk, honk. Honkity honk, 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 honk. Okay, this may prove difficult. I'm seeing a giant sinkhole in the sand here. But I mean, it's just hitting a wall and then falling into oblivion. That might prove an issue. That sand didn't actually go anywhere. I don't know if that's eventually going to stop causing the sand to... You know, if the sand will eventually stop or not. That's just kind of falling into a magic void at the moment. This thing can't fit through there, so let me... Dump that out. We're gonna see if we can't get out of here. Go around to the other side. and work our way down from the other side. I have a feeling what happened is when those pillars went in, they made a void down to the bottom of the pillar, however far down that is, even though I can't see it through the ground. And now it's trying to fill in that void. With sand. I'm just out of range of that thing, I think. Where is it that I'm in range? Alright, we're gonna have to move it around here, potentially. Okay. There's no glimpse on if that's even starting to come up at all. This is going to be awkward if I can't put sand in there. Sand's taking on weird ground textures. Yeah, I don't know as if we're going to be able to fill in between those pillars. Alright, now we just start building a ramp up to there. Twang! What if I took... I brought a couple containers. Like from the port. Then I could stick the containers in the hole. Fill the sand against the containers. I mean, it'll probably still fall through the containers, but I can build the sand up around it using the containers. That might be a way to do it. What's going on, Joshua? Oh, not too bad. Just chilling? Right on. I high-centered myself. I think I'm just now at the range of what that thing can handle. We're gonna have to move that in a minute. I'm just at the range of the, Okay, I can live with this. Alright. Hey, make sure you take your pills, brush your teeth, get ready for school. Making good progress so far. I think I am going to have to go get 2, maybe 3 containers. Okay, a little bit more. We'll go grab the dozer. Okay. That'll work. Now we need to come over to the port. Grab you. I know there happens to be a crane in here we can use with a bunch of containers near it.
Your face is a container.
What's going on, Quad Light? Well, it's a good thing OSHA isn't a thing, isn't it? That's right, Kelly doesn't care. Now, the only issue I'm going to run into, potentially here, the bridge that goes from this side to the other side of the map might not be wide enough for the containers to fit across in this formation. I don't care about your truck, you're in the way. So you can damn well fucking move. I guess that's a bridge we'll cross when we get to it, though. Get it? If this doesn't work, there's another place I know of to get containers. So we might not be out of luck yet. We may be able to do a little ramming speed action to get up over the bridge rails and across that bridge. I just don't remember how wide it is compared to these things. I don't care how many routes are still running when I'm done. I'm just concerned right now with trying to get this dare complete. And since I can't fill the gap with sand between the bridge, I've got to do something to be able to drive through that section. These might do the trick. Probably only need 2. So, 3 for good measure. Oh, plenty of room. Perfect. That's one concern I have, Reed, yes. That is indeed a legitimate concern. We're about to find out, though. Alright, instead of putting that there, let's... Instead pick this back up. Let's go grab our dozer. We'll see about flattening the ground a little bit so I can try and set this down in there. Alright, there's that. Let's go get the dozer now. So they're the exact right, they're just about the exact right width of what we need. That's good. The question is, can I tuck them down now so that the sand can be, like, pushed up against them? Is the real question. And given the way the sand functions, will there be enough... Like, can I build up against them enough without them moving on the sand? That's going to be a legitimate concern. Are they going to possibly move when I start pouring sand around them? I know a lot of the recyclable materials will force themselves to the top of the sand, like the little rocks will, the movable rocks, that is. Obviously, those little concrete blocks I tried to bury, they force themselves to the top of the sand. I don't know about the containers because they're not technically recyclable. They don't give that blue glow. So I'm not sure if it'll let us bury them or not. Shut up. Okay, that answers one of my questions. Now, what I need to do is scoop out enough material here I think like that. that I can try to get this put in beside the other two. Got a bit of a gap there. I wonder if the next spot over would be a better one. Because that one kind of has some debris there. What do you mean usable twin vlogs? Like for transporting stuff? No. You can drive on them. No, you can't put stuff in them. They're just objects you can pick up and move around. Oops. My bad. I don't think I can fit through here. Negative. Aha! Yep. Dang it, I got a feeling the sand is just gonna go right underneath them. Well, that's unfortunate. Because I don't think I'm gonna be able to pour sand in between the bridge pillars. Well, so much for using containers to bridge the gap. No, you can't use excavators. They are unfortunately not one of the pieces of equipment you get to use. I guess now time to find out if the magic sand is going to bridge this gap. No, it sure doesn't, Twin Vlogs, but it could be that the sand is filling up at the bottom of these pillars under the ground, and once that sand fills up and builds up, it'll get here. So I don't know. The only other time we've tried messing with a bridge and sand, it created voids where the pillars were. And I'm guessing the pillars are so tall, whatever they might be, and it creates a void down to the bottom where those pillars are. Now you can bridge very deep gaps with sand. You can just literally spend tons and tons of sand filling in massive gaps. Just dumping off the edge here and eventually the sand will build to the bottom. I don't know if I'll be able to fill this or not. But I'm gonna dump some here and see if it starts changing. You know, if it starts looking like it's not falling into the void as much, maybe it'll be possible. If not, I think, given what's here, I should be able to smooth that other side, smooth this side, and still drive through. I don't know if they'll consider it a road. That'll be up to Dare Drop. But they wouldn't have made it a dare if it wasn't possible. So, I mean, I gotta believe it's possible because they made it a dare. And the dare was made from, you know, Focus saying, hey, you know, these goals type of deal. Yada, yada, yada.
Gatorade. H2O.
Thanks for the hydrate and the stretch, MacGyver. Oh. Oh. Mm. Oh. Ow. There's one other thing I can think of that might work. I was thinking that exact same thing, MacGyver. The concrete slabs. I just don't have any right now. I'm gonna have to go buy some. So I used all the concrete slabs out of the plant. All but one of them. But I was just thinking that same thought, MacGyver, was maybe the concrete slabs, because they're smaller. Jesus, I made a fucking mess of this shit. I swear, I know how to back up a trailer. That's what, 9, 10, 13 of them? Nope. Wrong button. Alright. Let's try this again. Come on! You can do it! Oh! Apparently these things are heavy, chat. Put it in low range. Let's go. Making progress. We're moving. Ah, come on. Dig, baby, dig. All right, we made it. Pave the road. Well, there's technically no road through there, Vlogs. I'm just, like, trying to force it. I mean, we paved a lot of roads on this map. Did that road there. We did a road here. We did this all through here. We get there. We get this all through here. We paved. We paved this all through here. We made our share of paved roads. You loved paving yesterday. Off the mountain so you drive quicker. Nice. Yeah, the better paver, the bigger one, is much better than the base game paver, but they can be a royal pain in the ass. Still doing all with the base game equipment. I think dumping sand is a real pain. Just takes so long for such a small part. See, the dumping of sand to me isn't too bad with the bigger dumpers. If you're using only base game, I mean, I'm not using any mods because there aren't any yet. But I have purchased a lot of equipment. Because realism. Approving, dear. If I was approving, I'd give you 2 keys with all the effort you put into this. Well, I appreciate the kind words there, Tynes. It said to make a bridge, make a road under the bridge, so I can't seem to dump sand through there, which would have been so much easier. No, it just says under a bridge. It doesn't have to be a concrete bridge. But I don't know as if any of the other bridges are any better as far as their abutments go. The problem you have with other bridges that aren't the wide concrete like this one is they don't span as far. They can only span very small gaps. And I think that's going to cause its share of issues. There with a smaller gap to put a steel bridge. I mean, it's a possibility. I haven't actually built the steel bridge yet, so I don't know. I've only ever done the concrete and a wooden one. That might be a possibility. If this doesn't work out, then whoa. Oh, come on. Oh, you suck. You suck.
One eternity later.
Yep, indeed. Seen others try this as well with wood and concrete. It seems impossible. You can't dump sand. Can't get a dozer through, and the paver doesn't fit either. Haven't seen someone try with a steel bridge, though. Well, it doesn't say anything about a paved road. It just says build a road. Doesn't say it needs to be a sand road or anything like that, so it's left very interpretable. Wow. Well, Jesus. Hello, Rock. That was rude. I mean, it's almost 7 o'clock my time right now, so I'm not going to have time to attempt this with a metal bridge in the time I got left to stream this morning. When I get back from dropping my kid off, we can always make another attempt someplace else with a metal bridge. Sand in the cab. Because, I mean, it's a road-ish. I drove under the bridge. They'll rise to the top of the sand. You can't bury anything that's a movable object. So I'm participating in Dare Drop, Savage Kite, and one of the dares that I chose was build a road under a bridge I've built. Well, I built that bridge, and I've now driven under it twice. So I'm going to submit that, and hopefully it counts. If not, then I'll have to find an area that I can use a metal bridge and drive underneath it. The problem is the metal bridges have much less height clearance. Or, sorry, much less length to them. Like, I could potentially put one across here or something. Oh, see, it does have supports. It does have steel supports underneath it. And I think they're going to do the same thing. Because if I tried to do this, well, it's not creating the sinkhole that, see, that's the maximum length of a metal bridge that you can make. They're not very long. The normal concrete bridges aren't very long either. The wide ones are the longest you can go. The wide ones allow you a much longer distance, because they can go to 20 bridge sections. The other ones, you can't go as far. So, like, if I were to try and do a metal bridge from here, I can't even make it over to there. I might be able to do a metal bridge across like that. But then, you know, you're not sure. I'm not sure I can get underneath it. Lego25, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome into the channel. How are you doing? So that's one concern I have, is you have to be able to drive underneath it. So it needs to be high enough off the ground to drive under. I mean, maybe I could delete, like, that bridge or something and make a small road underneath it, but there's no real areas where you can bridge a gap with, like, a metal bridge and then be able to drive underneath it, because this is really deep. Yes, I could fill it in theory, but the question is, do I have the height to drive underneath it when I'm done? You know, I mean, the metal bridges just aren't very long. Road first, then bridge. See, I don't know either. I guess I would have to look and see on Dare Drop what they've approved. Because they show little clips of the videos of the different dares. Let me see if I can find... Roadcraft stuff. Not seeing it. So Dare Drop is a it is a key. It's for streamers that want to be able to get keys to games, as well as things to share with the community. I do have some keys to give out. So you can see, here's some of the dares I've done. It's actually showing my Twitch right now, I think. You know, Eyes has done some dares, Asriel, Tav. The question is, can I see a video of a dare where they've done the build a road? See, because I delivered that one, I delivered that one. Did that one. I don't have any left I can select, but I did do the double stacking of vehicles. I'm not seeing anything that looks... I'll have to look through and see what people have, you know, gotten as far as driving under a bridge you've made. Morning, Adriana. Oh, here's one. I don't recognize this map. I think it's Deluge? No. Oh, see, he did a longer bridge like that. Aha. That might work, too. Because what they had done was they had picked an area that they could go with a slope. Like, here to here type of deal. And then they built the bridge underneath it. I mean, in theory, I could do something like that. Or that. I mean, that's another alternative, too, is I could always put the sand here first. And that's not necessarily true, Tynes, because we were messing around with some stuff over here. And we had filled this mostly in, then we started to get these weird sinkholes, then tried to run a bridge across here. And once we did this, without even building the bridge, it started creating sinkholes in here. And the sand that we had dumped here started falling into the abyss, which is why you see this weird ridge right here. It was all smoothed off, and then we kind of had gone from here. We tried to do, like, this number. And it created a weird, like, divot in the sand, and the sand all started disappearing into a hole. I'm thinking the trick is not seeing the really thick... these really thick buttresses. If you see them sticking out, I think it causes the sand to fall into the void. And this is just a little too tall, so those buttresses are sticking up. I mean, one thing I could do as well is I could move this stuff, delete the bridge, do the sand, put the bridge back, and see what happens. But that's going to have to take place after I get back from leaving it a little bit. I mean, like I said, it just says build a road under a bridge you've built. It doesn't say pave a road. So I don't know how particular they are of that particular verbiage, you know what I mean? Because I drove under it twice. I mean, it doesn't say anything about having to path vehicles under it. So, I mean, I can drive underneath the bridge. What's going on, Papu? So, I mean, yes, it's not complete dirt, and I have to traverse across some of these, but I can drive under the road. I mean, I can drive underneath it. That's road like to me. What's going on there, Papo? Yeah, I mean, that just works to me. The only thing I can think of is, like I said, delete the bridge out, fill that with sand, put the bridge back, and then try paving it. Yeah. I am going to submit it. We'll see what happens. So, I mean, it's really vague. Whee! One of them went into the stratosphere. Whee! Ah. Yep, it sure is. Won't support magic sand, but it will support the vehicle. Come on, really? There we go. See, the sand took on a weird ground texture right there. There we go. I can tell them 2 hours 20 or 2 hours 50. Either way. That's a road under a bridge. They never said it had to be paved. But that's a road under a bridge. See? Creates a magical void. I'm gonna go with it. 220 or 250. I'll submit it and see what they say. Because either way, I've driven underneath it. Oh, absolutely, Tynes. It's got its share of issues. Like I said, we were trying to fill this in, but then suddenly there was magic voids that started forming through here. I'll show you what I mean. So it wouldn't support any further sand. Because we were going to try and instead of have the road go through all of that, we were going to bring it right through here and then pave it. So we built over the top of the concrete barriers. And we did all of this. And what was happening is in this area in here, it was creating just magical sinkholes. Which no matter how much we dumped in, it wouldn't actually fill. And you can see this is where we originally put the bridge. It was right, starting right there. And it made some weird... like it just... all the sand started caving into the world. You watch, now it's gonna be fine. But I know this was one of them right here. See? See how I'm dumping the sand out and nothing's happening? And you get the sand just behind the dumper? I don't know how well you can see it, but you can see it just kinda cascading into the ground. To shape the world like we can with the sand. It is pretty impressive what you get to do with the sand. But it has limitations. And I'm guessing those are just on the engine side. Like if I start dumping here, see how the sand is just kind of going into the ground? You see it cascading down into nothing? I mean, we dumped a ton of sand here. There was 4 of us for couple of hours just messing around, dumping sand into here. Because we wanted to try and rebuild this road. And it's too far to put a bridge from here to there. And you can't put a curve in a bridge. So we said, to heck with it. We built up over the top of that, and we did it on the other side too. And we were going to try and sand this whole thing and make a paved road out of it, instead of taking the traffic through here. We eventually gave up. So, who knows? It's interesting too. On this one, max sections is 20 and 10, but I think on another one it was 15. I don't know. Maybe I was looking at the angle. Who knows? But this one only has 2 wood bridge choices, and on Deluge there's 3 wood bridge choices. So, beyond Arius. So if you try to build a bridge here, see there's 3 different choices. You have this wooden wide bridge. I don't have the concrete facility yet, so I don't have options of that. And I've only ever seen the one metal bridge. But hey, I did do the jump. For those of you that missed it earlier on, I built the sand jump. One more time before we go. Like a glove. I haven't tried out that one. I did do that jump too, but I haven't actually tried it. Exactly, Tynes. They're very vague with it, so I think it's intentional that they're vague, though, because then it gives people the flexibility to interpret it how they want. Because, you know, if it was specifically build a paved road under the bridge on blah, 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 then everybody's going to do the same thing. You're not going to get much flexibility to what's going on. But if it's just build a road under a bridge you've built, there's a lot more options there, you know? I don't know if this is even going to go across the other side. Bing! Hey, I made it across. Oh, I did also find out something else that's funny. Look right where my front tire is. I don't know how well it picks it up, but there you go. You forgot to carry your water plane to the edge of the puddle. It's actually more pronounced. Sand is covering some of that. There we go. Little screenshot. Alright, I gotta get ready to go bring my kid to work. Which means taking a drive and all that stuff. So we are going to go get a raid over to Mr. Tab, I think. He's doing a giveaway, it looks like, as well as playing some roadcraft. We'll be back again in a couple of hours. I do have some keys to give away, so we'll probably do those then. And, yeah. Appreciate everybody that came over, hung out. Oh, damn it, ads. Always ads. I never pay attention. We'll wait. I'll wait on the ads. Stinking ad breaks. Always. Worst times. What's this part of? Reach the dam. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of infrastructure on this one. We'll get back to actually playing later, I think. Ads are just about over. There. Everybody should be back from ads. Alright, now that everybody's back, now I'm gonna end. Like I said, we're gonna go raid Mr. Average Viking. He is, looks like, doing a giveaway at the moment. We'll be back in a couple of hours. We'll probably do some giveaways of our own then. So I want to say big thanks to everybody for coming and hanging out. I do greatly appreciate it. We'll catch you all later. And if I don't, take care, stay safe, have a fantastic rest of your day. Let's go give Mr. Tav some love. Bye, everybody.